Hello everybody, welcome back to Modern Meta Matchups, and on today's episode, we've got a deck that's been around in the format forever. We've played it on the channel many times. That is Amulet Titan, the deck that I'll be playing today. We've also got Domain Zoo, one of those decks that we played a version of back when Modern Horizons 2 came out. Today's deck, quite a bit different than that one. It was a couple of the same pieces, but overall, a very different deck than before. As far as the Amulet Titan deck is concerned, not much has changed. We're still playing our Primeval Titan, our Amulet of Vigor, and we're trying to turbo this with things like Dryad of the Elysian Grove and Explore with our bounce lands to try to make lots of mana very fast, get our Primeval Titan into play, and eventually win the game.
Yeah, so on my side of things with the Zoo deck, I actually got a couple of new cards. I got a Neshoba Brawler. I also got a Leyline Binding, which both care about domain, and of course I still get my Territorial Kavu, I get my Tribal Flames, I get all these really interesting cards. And it makes for some very interesting game interactions. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really like that deck a lot. It's great to see it busting back out onto the scene.
Yeah.
And if you like these videos, you can let us know very easily by hitting that thumbs up button. It does mean a lot to us, as well as subscribing to the channel, telling a friend. It does mean a lot.
And honestly, if you're down there, check out our Patreon. We have some interesting things on there. Check out the Discord channel. We have a bunch of different things going on, as well as pretty much every social media platform. But with that being said, you want to get into it?
Let's get right into the gameplay.
Sweet.
All right, let's see who's going first. I've got a 9.
I got
pretty good.
Oh, I got a 10.
Not as good as a 10. Not as good as a 10.
Okay, all right. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can keep a decent hand. Yeah, this is actually a keep.
Mine's probably good enough. It's a little slow, but I'll keep it.
Okay.
All right, so game 1 here, my opening hand is okay. A little bit slow, not a huge fan of what I've got going, but I see a path. I've got 4 lands here, an Urza Saga, which is always a land that you want to have turn 1 inside of an Amulet Titan deck to be able to get that amulet as quick as possible. I've got a Forest, a Valakut, and a Bojuka Bug. So notably, I do not have one of my bounce lands here that produce 2 mana, come into play tapped, but with Amulet work very nicely. The last 3 cards in my hand are pretty decent. I've got an Expedition Map, which I could play as early as turn 1 to find one of said bounce lands, as well as a Primeval Titan and a Summoner's Pact. So in case I lose my Titan, I do have backup for the Titan with another pact here.
So game 1, my hand's pretty good. I have 2 lands. I have a Windswept Heath and a Stomping Grounds. The other 5 cards are a Stubborn Denial, kind of sweet. I have 2 Neshoba Brawlers, not bad. I have a Ragavan, and as well as I have a Leyline Binding. So I'm a big fan of this hand. It has a lot of the pieces that I want, so let's run it. All right, I think I'm just gonna play a fetch and pass.
All right. I like it. No turn 1.
No turn 1.
However, I drew a very good card for turn 1.
That's not good for me.
You'll see it later.
Oh, okay, well.
I'm just going to play an Urza Saga here.
Okay.
And I will play an Expedition Map.
Yeah, seems good.
After that, I'm all set. I'll just pass.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to sacrifice this to grab the Abzan Triumph. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm going to shock here.
All right.
And pay 2 mana.
Yep.
And play a Neshoba Brawler.
The Brawler.
Yes, sir.
It's a 4/3 right now?
It is currently 4. I will pass the turn. I do not have access to blue as it stands.
No island.
Nope.
All right. I'll just play a Forest here.
Okay.
Nice and exciting.
Very.
Go ahead.
Oh, that is exciting. So... Interesting. I think I'm going to dash a Ragavan.
Dash or Ragavan?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll move to combat.
Okay.
Coming for a mighty 6.
A mighty 6.
Yep.
That is a 6 that I have to take.
Sick beans. Well, you're going to take 6. It's going to stay in exile, please and thank you. I get one of these.
You don't want to cast
No.
land?
I'm going to move to my end step. I got a trigger here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice my expedition map to get a Simic Growth Chamber.
You got it.
All right, I'll go to my turn and float a mana and search up an Amulet of Vigor. All right, I don't have anything to really do with that colorless mana.
Oh.
I'll play an Arboreal Grazer.
Sure.
I'll put into play this here Bajuka Bog, and I'll exile your Windswept Heath.
It is gone.
And then I'm just gonna play a Forest.
Okay. You have an Amulet trigger.
No, I don't. On this one, yeah.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with this mana,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna pass.
Hooah! Okay. Let's go to combat.
Yep.
Nashoba.
I will take 4.
Okay. Go to my second main.
Yeah.
I'll play a Territorial Kavu.
Yep, you got it.
And that... I think that'll just conclude my turn. Go ahead.
All right. Not what I wanted to see there.
That's good for me.
All right. I'm gonna play this Valakut and untap it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
Not make me sad.
not make you sad.
That's good.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh dear. I'm gonna
Yeah,
draw.
stumbling a little bit over here.
Yeah, it seems like it. I'll move to combat.
Yep.
I have a trigger.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna draw and discard.
You don't want to exile
No.
a random
God,
card that
no.
doesn't matter?
I'm gonna discard a Ragavan
Sure.
and draw.
Yep.
You got 4 coming in at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna block the Kavu and
Okay.
take my 4 beats.
Yep, sounds good.
I go down to 6.
Second main phase. I'm gonna play a land for the turn.
Yep.
I am going to play another Brawler,
Another Brawler.
followed by sacrificing this treasure.
Okay.
Play a Wild Nicottle.
You got an Akado.
I think that will conclude my turn.
All right. I'll draw.
That good, huh?
That good. Oh, I'm gonna play a Semigrowth Chamber,
Yeah, enters untapped.
and I'll float a green and bounce my Forest.
Sounds good. Titan?
Yeah, I have a Titan. I got my 6. When it enters, I'm gonna go ahead and search up my Boros Garrison as well as my Slayer Stronghold.
Sounds good.
All right, so I've got my lands here.
Yep.
They untap from the Amulet. I have to return a land, so I'll just return this Bajuka Bog.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to give my Primeval Titan +2 Vigilance and Haste.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, not gonna lie.
I'd like to go to combat.
You could skip combat.
I'm going to attack.
Okay, yeah.
When it attacks, I get to go get 2 lands. I'm going to grab a Radiant Fountain as well as a Simigrowth Chamber.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so these will untap due to the Amulet.
They will.
I have to return a land. I'll just return this basic forest over here.
There's a Titan coming at me. I'm gonna say no blocks.
All right, just 8.
Take 8.
All right.
What do you got for me afterwards?
Afterwards, I'd like to try to cast this Summoner's Pact.
Absolutely.
I'm going to search for a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Okay.
And I've got 3 mana here.
Okay.
So I'm going to play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You have a Valakut in play too?
I do have a Valakut, which gives me a slight chance here.
Okay.
I'll just play this here Bajuka Bog, also known as Mountain.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in exile. Actually, how do you want to stack it?
Yeah, you can exile that, this untaps, and then I'll deal 3 damage to your Nashoba Brawler.
Is dead.
After that, I don't really have anything else I can do, so I'll just pass.
Because I think you were dead here, I'm gonna sacrifice this and grab a tapped breeding pool.
Sure thing.
All right. So you're at 8. I'm at 8.
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We are gonna pay 1 white.
Yeah.
Play a Leyline Binding.
That's not good for me.
No, I'm gonna target your Primeval Titan.
Yeah, that happens. All right, so this game was definitely slow. It took me a while. I finally got my Primeval Titan into play, and I'm ready to win on the next turn. I have enough blockers to stay alive, and Arven has Leyline Binding. I'm dead. Nothing I can do now.
Just to add insult to injury, just because I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna dash a Ragavan.
I think you had lethal without that, because I could only block there,
Correct.
and I'd take exactly 8.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in that case, I'm gonna double Summoner's Pact and then concede with them on the stack.
In response, I'm gonna flash this in and
Let's go. Let's go to sideboard and then game 2. Well, this has happened once before, and it was last video. I'm not doing anything for the sideboard. I don't really have anything that's good against you.
Fair enough. So on my side, I do have a few things. 2 Force of Vigors are beautiful cards against you. One, they get rid of amulets, they get rid of the constructs that you make, which they're just really good cards. The other 2 that are really good that can remove amulets are Hitotsugu Consumes All, which gets rid of random amulets that might have in play and also becomes a beater on the backside, which is kind of sweet. What I'm taking out are 2 Remands and 2 Stubborn Denials. They just feel a little slow. Like that game, I had a Stubborn Denial in my hand. There was never a really good point to cast it. And this just potentially slowing you down just doesn't feel very good. So it's kind of what I'm going with.
That's fair. I think if I were to do anything in this matchup, I don't have it in my sideboard, but if I had like another Radiant Fountain, it'd be good against you. I do not have that, so let's go ahead and get right into game 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
This time, I get to go first.
Hear me out. How about you take the even turns?
I like the odd turns better.
It's messed up, not gonna lie to you. A little messed up.
I would like this hand better if it had like one other land in it.
I think I'm okay with running this.
All right, I'll meet you at 6. Well, I'll be at 6.
Sounds good to me. So for game 2, hand's a little bit slower, but I have a sideboard card. So for the lands, I actually have 3, which is Wooded Foothills. I have a Blood Crypt, as well as an Arid Mesa. The other cards, I have a Lightning Bolt, a Scion of Draco, I have a Territorial Kavu, and a Hitotsugu Consumes All. It's a sweet hand, like it gets rid of amulets. I'm just hoping he's not too fast. We'll see how it goes.
All right, let's see if we can find a better hand this time around.
I hope not. I hope you go to 5.
Unfortunately for you, I'm going to be staying at 6 here.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and put this on the bottom.
Sounds good.
All right, so for game 2, my hand is definitely better than it was in game 1. Unfortunately, I did mulligan, so I only get to keep 6 of my cards. So initially, I'm looking at 4 lands. I've got 2 Castle Garenbrigs, a Forest, and a Vesuva. Because I mulliganed, one of these is going to go to the bottom, and it's going to be an extra copy of the Castle Garenbrig. I've also got an Amulet of Vigor, which is always one of the cards that you want to see in your opening hand, either an Urza Saga or an Amulet of Vigor. This time I have the Amulet. I've also got an Explorer to help me accelerate my mana, as well as draw me an extra card, which I really need since I mulliganed. The last card in my hand, Summoner's Pact, which is great. Can go and find me whatever creature it is that I need to be able to cast quickly. All right, I've got a good turn 1 here.
Is it an Amulet of Vigor?
It's a Forest.
Okay.
And then an Amulet of Vigor.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Go ahead.
Let's see. I'm just gonna play a land, and I'm actually gonna sacrifice it right now and grab a Xander's Lounge.
Sure thing.
And that'll be it. On you.
All right, let's see some good draws.
Bad draws? Bad draws? Yeah.
Castle, as our one guy on set likes to mistype, Garden Rig or something. We'll do Castle Garenbrig here.
Castle Garden Raiders.
Garden Rig? I don't know. How about an Explorer?
Yeah, Explorer's good.
So I get an extra land drop this turn, and I get to draw.
Which makes me sad.
Well, not amazing. I'll play a Vesuva as, I guess, a copy of Castle Garden Rig.
Sure. Ninja's untapped.
And then I'll play an Arboreal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good.
No, it's not great.
Let's see here. I think I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills.
Sure.
And immediately sacrifice it to grab an untapped... what am I grabbing here?
Temple Garden.
Temple Garden, thank you. Okay, so with my domain here, I'm going to cast a Kavu.
You got a 5/5.
That'll be my turn.
All right, I'll untap. And draw. Well, that was a pretty good one, and kind of exactly what I needed. I mean, any of these would have been good enough.
I have a family, just so you know.
I have a Growl Turf that I'd like to play.
Yeah, triggers.
Yeah, I'm going to float a green from my Castle Garenbrig Vesuva. And then this untapped from the Amulet.
Yep.
I'll make 6 mana via the castle.
Why do I feel like it's a Titan?
Because you're a smart cookie. So I'm going to play a Primeval Titan here.
That's pretty good. I can't deal with that one, yeah.
I am very lucky I got to cast this Primeval Titan here. I drew one of my bounce lands for the turn, giving me just enough mana to cast this. If I didn't find one of these lands, I was in a rough spot. I only had 3 mana going into the turn, and luckily I had just enough here to cast this prime time, and now I'm ready to go. I'm going to grab a Boros Garrison as well as a Slayer Stronghold when it enters the battlefield.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Alright, when these enter, they'll untap, and I have to return a land.
That's pretty good.
I'll just return this here Forest.
Sounds good.
I'll give my Titan +2/+0 and haste.
I'm taking 8.
I will attack, and when I attack, I get to find a couple lands.
Yep.
The 2 lands that I'll grab here are Simic Growth Chamber and Valakut. Alright, so these will untap. I'll return a land. That'll be my Boros Garrison here.
Okay.
And then just the 8 coming in.
No blocks. Take a mighty 8. Seems a little unfair. I have a 5/5, you have a 6/6.
And then in my second main, I'll make 3 mana.
Yeah. Is he an Arbor here?
Well, first I need to Summoner's Pact to get my Dryad.
Sounds good.
So then I'll go ahead and cast my Dryad of the Elysian Grove off the Summoner's Pact.
Yep, seems good.
And that does give me 1 additional land.
It does.
I'm going to go ahead and play a Vesuva as a copy of Valakut.
Ooh, you get 2 lightning bolt triggers.
I do. And I untap it. I'll just double bolt the Kavu.
Yeah, Kavu dies.
And then I got nothing else here. I'll pass.
Okay, I'm going to draw for the turn. Well, so I can shock myself.
I see.
I can pay 1 red.
Okay.
I can lightning bolt myself.
I see.
And let's just go to game 3. I have no outs. I'm dead to the board.
All right, sounds good. We'll go to game 3.
I get the odd turns this time.
Oh, you are an oddball.
I am. I most certainly am. Let's see if this hand...
And neither of us are playing Elf Ball.
Huh. Well, this hand is not very good, so I'm going to take a mulligan.
This hand is fine. I'll keep it. All right, so for game 3 here, my opening hand is fantastic. Best one I've seen all day. I've got an Urza Saga as well as an Amulet of Vigor, meaning I get to play an Amulet and set up for a future Amulet on turn 1. 2 Amulets, basically. That's insane. I've also got some other really good useful lands in terms of a Simic Growth Chamber, as well as a Selesnya Sanctuary and a Boros Garrison. So I've got 3 of my bounce lands here, all the colors, as well as the Teleria West, which I can bounce back with one of my bounce lands, or get the right colors to be able to find a Summoner's Pact later on with that Teleria West. Because the last card in my hand is a Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which I can power out as early as turn 2, play all these extra lands, accumulate all this mana because I'm going to have 2 Amulets in play, and just be able to win as early as maybe turn 3.
Okay, well, 7 wasn't very good.
All right,
so
I like to hear that.
Let's see if 6 is better. 6 is better. We are going to put this card at the bottom. Okay, so here for game 3, for the lands, which isn't too bad, I have a Flooded Strand as well as a Blood Crypt. Now, the other cards, I do have a Nishiba Brawler and a phenomenal card in Force of Vigor, so I do have a little bit of interaction. Now, I do have a Ragavan as well as a Scion of Draco. Now, unfortunately, I did have to take a mulligan. I just put another land at the bottom, which is a Steam Bed, so I'm pretty happy with it. So, I'm actually going to shock myself here.
All right.
And play a Ragavan.
I don't love to see a Ragavan.
That's my turn.
All right, I'll draw. Well, I've got an Urza Saga.
Okay.
And an Amulet of Vigor.
Okay, sure.
That's all I got. I'll pass.
I have effects on your end step.
What?
I have a Force of Vigor.
That's
I'm gonna exile this.
not good.
That's an enchantment, right?
Yeah,
I would like to target one artifact and one enchantment.
that's not
Please
good.
and thank you. So Austin played an Urza Saga and an Amulet of Vigor. I'm going to start the game with 2 permanents in play, and he gets to start with 0 because of Force of Vigor. I'm in great. This is great.
This was the absolute worst thing that could have happened to me here. I played an Urza Saga, I played an Amulet, and it's the end of my turn, and I have neither of these in play anymore. Force of Vigor just ruined everything. Now I'm forced to play a very, very slow game, and I'm going to need a lot of help to get there. Force of Cry.
Hey, I'm down to 2 cards in my hand.
Yeah, they're gone. Well, I've got nothing in play at the end of turn 1.
Cool. I'm going to draw a card for the turn.
I'm in trouble.
I'm going to go and play a land and hit you for 2.
All right, I'm taking 2.
All right, something I can cast. Huh.
Would you like to cast my Arboreal
I
Grazer?
kind of want to, not gonna lie. Yeah, actually, I am gonna cast your Arboreal Grazer.
You get a Grazer.
Trigger.
Yep,
And put this land to play.
sure.
Pass.
All right,
Do you have another land?
I do.
Okay. Is it a bounce
I'm
land?
gonna play a Teleria West tapped.
You got it.
Go.
At the end of your turn, I'm gonna fetch to find my Triumph here.
Sure thing.
Okay, I have a mighty 1 card in my hand.
Sure.
I'm gonna draw.
All right.
Move to combat.
Yep.
Just 2.
I'm taking 2. You're getting a Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah, I'm glad that one's not in your deck here.
You also get a treasure.
I do. I'm gonna sacrifice my Wooded Foothills here and grab the final Triumph.
All right.
Second main here.
Yep.
Pay 2. How would you like a 2-mana 4/4?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
My turn.
Play a land. Go ahead.
Are you empty-handed at least?
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
All right. Well, I drew something I can play. I drew an Explorer.
That's a good one.
I'll play this here Simic Growth Chamber, and
Okay.
I'll bounce my T-West back.
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
End of your turn. I'm gonna sacrifice my Verdant, grab a tapped Stomping Grounds.
Sure thing.
Okay, Jazz hands. Here we go.
At least I still have a relatively high life total.
True. Let's make it 6 less.
Well, I'm going down to 10.
Trigger.
Technically, you get to see this before the Scion damage, but
True.
I don't think it matters.
No, it does not. I have another treasure. So I can't stop drawing land, so I'm gonna pass.
All right, well, that's something for me. So I'll start off by just paying 1 mana here. And I'll play an Amulet of Vigor.
Oh.
And then I'll play a Simic Growth Chamber, untap it, and return this forest.
Yeah.
I'll make 4 mana.
Yeah.
I'll leave a green floating, I guess.
Dry.
And play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Okay. Can you tell my disappointment?
And then I'll play another land here. Make 2 mana, return it. And play another Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Freaking crap. Yeah, you got it.
And then I'll just play a forest.
Oh, is that all? Anything else?
Go ahead.
Oh, man. I'm going to go to combat here.
Yep.
Just 4 in the air.
I'm taking 4.
I think I want to do this now. I'm going to hard cast here. A Force of Vigor.
No.
Target here.
What are you taking out? The Amulet and one of the Dryads?
Yeah.
Okay. Another Force of Vigor. I was gonna win next turn. Now I'm slowed way down. Why'd you have to have another one? You already basically ruined my entire game earlier. I'm lucky that I even made it to this point. And now I'm toast. That's unfortunate. I thought I had a chance.
I'll pass.
I no longer have a chance.
I like this.
All right, let's see. What can we do?
I was honestly hoping for something else, but I'll take an amulet.
Can't do too much.
That's good for me, I think.
Oh, I can make a green.
Okay. I mean, you can do that.
And play a Sanctuary and then bounce this forest.
Feels a little awkward.
And then play this said forest. And then I'll make a green, and I'm going to float a blue.
Okay. See a third one?
And play a Dryad. Elysian Grove.
Well, I'm out of Force of Figures, so...
With that blue floating, I'll add another blue and a green to that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to transmute a Teleria West.
Ooh, Summoner's Pact.
Yep, I'll go get a Summoner's Pact.
You got it.
Summoner's Pact will go in my hand.
Yep.
This has been discarded. I have one more land that I can play if I want.
You can. Do you want to?
That's the question. I think so, just because I don't have an amulet in play right now. I'll go ahead and play this Boros Garrison and bring this forest back to my hand.
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
Bolt wins me the game.
Yeah, Tribal Flames, Lightning Bolt. I'm sure there's other things that'll make me sad.
How about just a combat then?
Yeah.
Just 4 in the end.
I'm taking 4.
That'll be it.
That's it. All right. I'll untap and draw. Well, can I even pact for it? What can I pact for?
Because your Colossus is gone.
Well, I have 2.
Oh,
I'm running 2 in this deck.
That makes me sad. Extremely so.
But if I get my Primeval Titan, I'm probably just gaining 4 life with it.
It does not feel very good.
Because I will not be able to give it haste or attack with it this turn. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing this turn.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because Cultivator is way too risky.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Summoner's Pact.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm going to get a Primeval Titan.
Sounds good.
And then I'll make 2 for 6 mana. And I'll play Primeval Titan.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm going to go and search up a Radiant Fountain as well as a Vesuva.
Sounds good.
Alright, so Vesuva and Radiant Fountain come in. Vesuva, unfortunately, cannot be a copy of Radiant Fountain.
Yeah.
So just going to have it be any of these bounce lands here and bounce itself. I'll gain the 2 life off of the Radiant Fountain, then go to 4, play my Vesuva as a copy of Radiant Fountain, go up to 6 life here.
Just lives another turn.
And that was only the first land up at the turn, so I'll play Urza's Saga here as well.
That's a little annoying.
After that, no reason to really attack here. I'll just pass.
End of your turn. I did find a really good card in a Leyline Binding.
Yep.
I'll take your Titan, please.
Titan? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to take one of my random
good. I'm good.
Go ahead.
Hooah!
Well, I'm dead to any burn spell.
Huh.
And that's it.
Interesting.
This turn. What do you got?
Good card.
Not a burn spell.
Not a burn spell.
All right, I like it.
Am
I taking 4?
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the 4.
I'm taking 4.
I think I'll just pass.
All right. I'll untap, and during my upkeep, I would like to not lose the game.
You sure? It's a viable option, just so you're aware.
So I'll just, because I have Dryads, these will tap for green.
Yes.
So I'll pay my 4 mana.
Sounds good.
Draw. And this goes up. Well, can't quite gain enough life here to stay alive. I have a Growth Chamber, which can let me bounce a Radiant Fountain and replay a Radiant Fountain to go to 4. And the last card in my hand is that forest from earlier. So I'm dead.
Yeah, very much so.
Good games.
Yeah.